Hello everyone and welcome back to Cosmo's Universe. My name is Matt and today we will be evaluating the accuracy of the definitions observed in the eloquent vocabulary in this presentation to maximise the potential permutation of the viewer's potential feedback. Next cut please. No, seriously, that is it. It's just jargon. I use jargon to confuse you. Good word that, jargon. Do you like that word, Jumble? Yeah, I thought so. So in layman's terms, I'm remaking an old video. This is like a fancy word compilation, you know, just from around. Some of them aren't too kind of obscure, but some of them you might not know. So comment down below if you've got any additions to this list you want to make. While you're here, be sure to drop a like. It really does help out and, you know, is much appreciated. Anyway, on to the video. Number 1, sublimation. Sublimation is the process of a solid turning into a gas. It can occur in places where there are low temperatures, strong winds, intense sunlight, and low air pressure. Imagine strong, dry winds vaporizing snow on a mountain. If you're wondering what hot air is doing in a cold place, you can look at my weather video, which will be somewhere here, I think. It explains how air movement creates the weather and forms climates, etc., etc. It can also be done artificially. You may have seen a video where someone's, you know, heated up dry ice and such. And there's also reverse sublimation, which is often referred to as deposition. Number 2, inertia. This is the resistance an object has to change its state in motion. It's what keeps an object at rest, and it's what keeps an object moving. As you may have already guessed, force is required to change an object's inertia. Number 3, prokaryotic. This is a cell that does not have a defined nucleus or any other organelles, and its DNA sort of floats freely within the cell, as opposed to eukaryotic cells, you know, the vast majority, which do have organelles. DNA is contained in the nucleus. Number 4, DNA. While we're here, I'm just going to mention deoxyribonucleic acid. It's a very long, fancy word, and it's basically that double helix thing that, you know, creates life. You know, that thing. I'd need an entire video to really go into, you know, depth and explain it, which I can do if you guys want to. But basically, it's made of certain strands of chemicals which, when aligned into certain positions, you know, create combinations of characteristics for life. It's a good word, and it's a very fascinating part of science. Number 5, high five, osmosis. Osmosis is like diffusion, but the difference is that it's the process of molecules in a solvent moving from a less concentrated solution to a higher concentrated solution through a partially permeable membrane, which is to say basically going through a liquid, usually water. Small water and solvents can pass through it, but larger solvents can't. So, osmosis, not diffusion. Number 6, penumbra. When an opaque object casts a shadow, you might notice there's like a line where there's like a softer shadow and then like a harder shadow. Essentially, this outer region, this outer layer, is called the penumbra as opposed to the umbra on the inside. Eclipses show a good example of this. You know, people might talk about where the eclipse is visible better from the penumbra or the umbra or whatever. Number 7, mitochondria. We're back into biology, guys. Remember when I mentioned organelles? Mitochondria, that's the plural, are organelles that perform respiration inside eukaryotic cells. They're like the powerhouse of the cell. The name was coined by Carl Bender in 1898. They were initially discovered by Richard Altman in 1890. He called them bioblasts. Number 8, Equinox. It sounds complex, but it's actually really simple. Twice a year, the Earth's day and night cycle will be exactly the same length. This happens across the entire planet, and it's to do with how the Earth orbits the sun and how it spins. Ever heard of the summer or the winter solstice? It's exactly the same thing. Number 9, googol. Googol is a very large number. It's 10 to the power of 100, so that's 10 with 100 zeros after it, and it's a very big number. You may have also heard of their older brother Googolplex, which is 10 to the power of a googol, so that's... how many zeros? Okay, that number can't really be written out. In fact, I believe somewhere online someone's actually gone and typed it online in like volumes, something crazy, you know. The internet, it's wacky. The term was coined in 1920 by US mathematician Edward Kastner's nephew, 9-year-old Milton Sirota. He was asked to come up with a word to describe a very large number by the former. Googol and googolplex are not common numbers, but they're used when calculating very large things like atoms in the universe or possibilities of chess moves. And lastly, number 10, multiverse. So, Have you ever heard of the idea of parallel universes? The multiverse is a hypothetical idea of possible universes, including the universe we live in. It summarizes everything that exists: matter, energy, time, space. But then there's the 11 dimensions, because multiverse only goes as far as the 5th, but then you've got 6 above it. And this is slightly different to the 11 dimensions. I kind of came across that when I was researching, but I'm not going to say it, because I actually have a video or 2 planned on the 11 dimensions way down the line. So if you guys want to see me do a video on that, I can try. It's pretty complicated. I've sort of got as far as 5 dimensions out. I don't really get the 6th one. Okay, I might do a video on the 11 dimensions in the future, or possibly 2. I have 20 videos planned for this series so far, but it's complicated, so I might need to do some proper research to fully understand it. Of course, you guys can always look up yourself. Speaking of which, here's a bibliography of all the websites that I used to help me make this video. Some of them are things I researched, some of them are just good places to try and understand more about the words that I found in this video and the kind of topics that, you know, that they are inside. So, that's all folks. If you did enjoy it, please remember to leave a like, it really does help. Jumble wants you to leave a like. Jumble and Goosey have not been on my channel for quite a while now. I want to do an animation, but I require funding through likes. Trust me, it works. Science. Isn't that right, Jumble? Yeah. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell. What you do, you hit the bell, the pop-up comes up, you tick the box, you press OK, and you're done. Because if you don't hit the bell, you won't be notified whenever I upload my new content, and it's very important that you do that. If you're already subscribed, why not share this with your friends? That way we can get more people to come and join the community. I am nearing 100 subscribers as of making this video. If you guys share it, we can achieve those goals. Also guys, if you have more suggestions for kind of wacky words that are kind of obscure and fit this kind of list, put them in the comments below. I want to hear them, you know, see what other suggestions that could have been in this video. Anyway, that's all for today folks, so until the next time, bye bye.